own Dr. Marc Siegel took a break from his medical practice in New York and went to Washington this morning to interview the White House, the president rather, at the White House. Here's part of their conversation.
Mr. President, great news today on vaccines again.
Yes.
Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, 100 million doses being purchased by the federal government for $2 billion. It seems like therapeutics and vaccines are really proceeding at a major speed.
They are, Mark. They're going very well. I watch you all the time, and I watch you're almost like my guide to this because, frankly, you really have a good take on it. You know how important it is. The vaccines are doing well, and therapeutics. I mean, you tell me, but I almost would prefer the therapeutics even first. You go into the hospital, you make people better. But we're doing very well with remdesivir and other things. The steroids are turning out to be great. Plasma is turning out to be really good. We've made tremendous progress, and I think that's why you see the death numbers. Is a horrible thing to say, but that's why you see the death numbers really looking much better.
More on vaccines. I'm concerned about vaccine compliance in this country. 30% of people have said they wouldn't even take this vaccine.
Okay.
As commander-in-chief and leader of the free world, would you consider being one of the first to take this vaccine to send a message to the American public?
Well, you know the way it works. If I'm the first one, they'll say, he's so selfish, he wanted to get the vaccine first. And then other people would say, hey, that's a very brave thing to do. I would absolutely, if they wanted me to, if they thought it was right, I'd take it first or I'd take it last, Mark. You do know that if I take it first, I'll be, either way, I lose on that one, right? If I take it first, and if I don't take it, they'll say he doesn't believe in the program. But whatever I think is best, whatever we all agree is best, I would certainly do that.
I'll make you a deal. I'll take it, and then
We'll take it together.
That's
okay?
right.
Good.
Talk to me about lockdowns. I'm, as you know, very disturbed about you probably more than me, disturbed about the economic, mental, physical, medical costs of lockdowns. And Democratic governors are again talking about lockdowns. What's your view?
You know, you can almost see it on television. I've watched some of these guys. I watched, well, I won't say it because it's not somebody I have a lot of liking or respect for, but a certain comedian that's been locked in his house for a long period of time. And he's like withered away. He's lost the whole deal. He's lost the wit. He's lost so much. I almost would like to use him as an example, but you can use more than just him. It's hurting people. These lockdowns are hurting people. We did the right thing, Mark. I don't know if you agree, but I think you do. We closed it down. We understood the disease. We didn't know anything about this. This came in. This was new. We understood the disease. We banned China from coming in, which was a big move. In fact, Dr. Fauci actually said that I saved tens of thousands of lives. And if you remember, I was the only one that wanted to do it. Nobody. We had an office of 21 people. Everyone said no, but I said, you got to do it because you could see the infection in China. Then we banned Europe from coming in, which was good with Italy and all the problems. But we did it right. We closed it up. And now we're opening, and we've learned, for instance, we've learned that the elderly, especially, obviously, you can say this better than anybody, the elderly who have diabetes or have heart problems, have a problem, they're really susceptible. And, you know, when people like to compare it to the flu, it's interesting because I see the flu numbers, and they're very bad. But when I look at flu numbers, and I never lost anybody to the flu. I never had somebody, over my life, I've heard many people had the flu. They had the flu. How you doing? I have the flu. Nobody died. I never remember anybody saying, well, you know, he had the flu, he died. I've lost 5 people, probably 6, actually, as of this moment, I think, pretty soon. But I've lost 5 friends that went in. One of them tested, great guy, Stanley Shearer, one of the top real estate people in New York, very successful man, good man, too. Never into politics until I ran. He became like a political wild man. He loved it. But a great guy with great spirit. He said, I tested positive. And I said, well, that's too bad, but you'll be okay. Oh, I'll be okay. He went to the hospital. 2 days later, he's in a coma. I say, how's Stanley doing? He's in a coma. And 2 days later, he died. And you know, that's happened on numerous occasions. Probably happened to you with people, too. I never remember anything like that. It didn't. I mean, I never remember this happening with the flu. So this is a very serious thing, but we've learned people, Stanley was an older guy. He perhaps could have lost a couple of pounds. Actually, I always thought of him as healthy, but other people that are healthy, the age is such a big factor. When you look in New Jersey, I happen to like, he's liberal, but I get along with him very well. You're governor of New Jersey, right? Governor Murphy. He said they had, with the thousands of deaths, they had 1 death under the age of 18. And I believe that young person had diabetes. But one death out of thousands of people, one death. And that's an amazing statistic. So we wouldn't have known that at the beginning. In all fairness, you didn't know the elderly would be so badly hurt. So we're really taking care of the elderly population right now at a level that has never happened before.
Are we going to beat this virus?
We're going to beat it. Yeah, we're going to beat it. And with time, you're going to beat it. Time. You know, I say it's going to disappear. And they say, oh, that's terrible. You say, well, it's true. I mean, it's going to disappear. Before it disappears, I think we can knock it out before it disappears. That's what I want. And if I had my choice of vaccines or therapeutics, give me therapeutics every time, because I'd love to walk into a hospital and give everybody something and they start walking out in 2 days. That's what I'd like. Vaccine is very good longer term, but give me therapeutics, and we're doing really good work therapeutically.